on the HTV News Show, we have details about the end-of-the-year field trips, chess club tournaments, National Autism Awareness Month, and celebrating Thomas Jefferson's birthday. All this and much, much more coming up on this Thursday, April 13th, 2023 Blue Day edition of the HTV News Show. Let's begin.
Hello, Crocker, and welcome to today's HTV News Show. I'm Tad.
And I'm Jonathan. Let's go over to our top story.
This week, our wonderful sixth graders are on a trip to Yosemite. Throughout the week, they'll embark on life-changing journeys to educate them about this beautiful national park. Speaking of trips, 8th graders' DC trip is at the end of the month. There's a mandatory meeting for all 8th graders next Monday, April 17th. We hope the 6th graders are having a blast on their trip, and the 8th graders remember to attend the meeting on Monday.
Thomas Jefferson's birthday is today. Thomas Jefferson was the third president of the United States, and he is the most remembered for being the primary writer of the Declaration of Independence. He was one of the most influential leaders of our nation back in the beginning of the 1800s. 8th graders will be learning about Jefferson in the Social Studies unit and will see the Jefferson Memorial on their trip to Washington, D.C. Happy birthday to President Jefferson.
April is here, and so is National Autism Awareness Month. It raises awareness for autism, also known as ASD. Autism is a complex brain disorder that affects a person's ability to communicate, respond to surroundings, and form relationships with others. Let's go out and hear from a couple brave Crocker students as they talk to us about their experience with this disorder.
Hello, Crocker. My name is Ezra, and April is Autism Awareness Month. So we're going to tell you some things about autism. Autism, or ASD, or Autism Spectrum Disorder, is a condition that a lot of people have. Not a whole bunch, but it's growing increasingly common, and is more common in men than women. It is a spectrum, not necessarily that some people have it worse or better, but there are tons of different symptom options, kind of, and some people have many of those symptoms. Those considered people with severe autism. Some people have lesser versions of those symptoms or less of them. Common autism symptoms include sensitivity to sound, inability to stay still, lack of understanding emotions well, inability to talk, and fidgeting. Next up, we're going to hear from Marcus and his experience with having autism.
Hello, my name is Marcus and I'm in 7th grade. Today I am going to talk about autism. Autism means you have a special brain that works differently than other people's brains. Sometimes you may feel worried by loud chewing, loud sneezes. It's just gradual, fast circles. Take certain foods, and you have to be flexible to change that happen unexpectedly. For me, I prefer that you do not say good job to me and instead tell me on fire or way to go or awesome. Sometimes a person might scream or hit the table because their brain needs a break. It may be hard to think sometimes in number to use their words. Sometimes a person can use this to actual break, take deep breaths and count to 10. These tools can help to calm a person's body. Sometimes it may get the serious and keep them laughing and it's hard to stop. Also, it could be hard for the person's brain to focus and to think fast. They may get distracted by many things that they see or noise they hear. When someone asks them a question, it may be hard for them to think fast and answer. Please be patient with the person when this happens. Oftentimes, people with autism work improving their social skills. They practice having conversations with others, creating facial expressions and making friends. These are a few facts about autism. I hope you enjoyed learning about them.
As you know, I'm Ezra, and I have autism. Some of my symptoms include fixations, which means I focus on a few certain topics, which allows me to be very focused on those and get a lot done concerning those topics, but also am less excited to talk about other things and focus on other things, and it can be a disruption. I also have a harder time understanding emotions and how my actions will make people feel than others might. Autism both benefits and detriments me. Some of the benefits include my fixations can help me focus more on something. Detriment of that is that I'm supposed to be working on something else, but instead focus on what my fixations are. I also memorize things, and not necessarily important things. Like if we get a new game, I'll memorize every card before we even play. But a lot of times I don't remember what people said to me 5 seconds ago. I also a lot of times I don't really think about how my actions will make people feel. So I've had times where I say things that I didn't know was rude, or I didn't think about the fact that it might be considered to be rude. So, that has been a problem for me at times. I also talk a lot, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. You could argue either side. In this unique Autism Awareness Month section of HTV, I hope you've learned some things about what it is like to have autism and what autism is. And there are people with tons of things different about them than everyone else. And some people have unique conditions, some people have unique ways of thinking, of learning. And I hope that you become aware of that and embrace it in both yourself and others.
Some other special people having birthdays this week are Alex, Kenzo, Chloe, Lucas, Rosemary, Judah, Amanya, Jacob, and Jonathan.
Crocker Radio Karaoke has been a big hit. We want to expand this with an open mic event coming soon. This means you can perform in front of your friends in the courtyard. This includes singing a song, playing an instrument, performing a skit, and more. This will take place in the courtyard. Check the buzz and your email from Mr. Hager to sign up.
The round one winners of Battle of the Books graphic novel edition are Wingbearer, Freestyle, Swim Team, and Tryout. Sadly, the Flamingo, Captain America Ghost Army, Invisible, and Ride On were eliminated. Thank you to our round one judges, Sonny, Riley, Lainey, Shayla, Allison, Miss Tishy, Mrs. Morgenstern, Miss Rodriguez, and Miss Alexander for helping decide the winners. Round 2 is currently underway but is delayed due to the 6th grade Yosemite trip.
The weather for this week will be in the high 50s and low 60s, and it will be sunny with a cool breeze. Enjoy!
You may have noticed that we have some new sitting areas with turf in the courtyard and by the portables. At this point, only the courtyard turf areas are open during recess and lunch. The new turf down by the portables is closed for these times. Please keep these areas clean. Pick up all of your waste, especially after lunch.
Hey Crocker, you've probably noticed that we have turf by the lecture hall where you can eat your lunch and hang out with your friends during recess and lunch. But we now have turf in the courtyard and turf by the band room and the portables. Unfortunately, the turf by the band room and portables is not open to students yet due to construction. But the new turf in the courtyard is open to all students during recess and lunch. Have fun, Crocker!
The fun run is next month on May 7th. You could sign up to run or walk a 2K or 5K on the HSF website. The money raised will be donated to Hillsborough Public Schools, and there will be some treats and music after the run. Make sure to check the buzz for more information later about running and signing up for volunteering and help.
Last Friday was the Giants' home opener. They lost against the Royals and have not had a very good opening to the season. The Warriors, on the other hand, have made it through a tough season and might be peaking just at the right time going into the playoffs. The Warriors set a new record of scoring the most points in the first quarter this past weekend. It is a California face-off as the Golden State Warriors meet the Sacramento Kings on the court for the first round going on now.
The chess tournament is over with multiple winners. Please thank Dominic Leong for hosting the tournament. There will also be another tournament near the end of the year with more than double the occupancy if you want to participate. Also, don't forget that Chess Club is the first gold day of the week. Don't forget to drop by and sign up for the next tournament.
Thank you for watching our HTV Newscast, Crocker.
See you next time, Vikings!